He doesn't get the counterpunch, so he looks very, very strong. He seems to be just a little bit faster with his coordination in his movement at the stage. He landed the punch. He seems to be better balanced.
Because I can.
Marquez tries the jab, just a little bit short. Pacquiao's jabs have been short. He's more active. Some theorize the possibility that Pacquiao might throw a wrinkle into this by laying back a little bit in the early rounds and making Marquez lead so that he himself can find something to counter with power.
I got it.
Here's the first hard shot of the fight. A left hand
Nag-aabol si Marquez.
Marquez's chest.
Marquez.
And now Pacquiao again reaches Marquez with the left, this time up top. Little red mark already on the nose of Manuel Marquez.
Rudolph!
I'm looking at the way Marquez is standing. Right through the center.
Freddie Roach said, very concertedly, this was Manny's best training camp ever. Shots for Marquez.
Manny looks very fast, very well coordinated. Very, very good balance.
They both look ready.
Oy!
Pacquiao just missing over the top with the left hand. The red mark on Marquez's nose is on the right side, just inside the eye.
These guys have fought toe-to-toe around.
Nakasundot mo naman sa ilong sa akin.
Manny seems to be just a little bit faster, but I think a lot of it is respect, feeling each other out a little bit. But I've noticed that even when Marquez did let Manny make sure he didn't counterpunch, and you see Manny now doing the counterpunch.
Absolutely right. He's the
Isa pa sa left naman.
You can see him though. You can see him. Hindi mahana. Hindi mahana.
high intensity round, even if there wasn't a lot of action.
Don't throw in like that. Don't throw in like that.
Not sure.
Libre.
Very nice. Very nice.
Agad.
Bring your hands back up to where they're supposed to be, Juan. Very good. Very good round. You're going in, you're attacking the body good.
Kanino kaya? Parang 10-9. 10-9 ang scorecard niya.
Dami namang assist. Buboy daw.
Bobby numbers in round one. Marquez didn't really get going, only 7-32. Pacquiao only threw 38 punches, landed 11. A couple of them were good hard left-hand shots. It appeared that Manny was experimenting, particularly in the second half of the round, with laying back, trying to make Marquez lead, and passing himself on the road with counterpunching.
What?
The scorecard, 10-9.
Crowd wants more action to go with all that intensity.
Oh my
Both
God.
fighters are still being tactical and relatively cautious.
Yeah, people want 6 rounds, so...
I think maglalast din sa 12. Decision.
Iba na style mo pa kayo ngayon, hindi na aggressive.
Since their first fight, the development of Manny Pacquiao's right
Ay!
hand. He was a surging left-hand puncher, double jab, left hand, over and over. Back in 04, there's way more variety in his game now.
Oh, he's a very balanced out fighter, guy. I love his
Oh!
speed.
May
Defense
pasok na yun, may pasok na yung
He
kaliwa.
looks very strong, too.
Well, that transformation happened before their second fight, largely, and Marquez still gave him all the problems in the world in the second fight.
Kayo yumayos! Kayo yumayos!
Ang lakas naman ng boses na.
Marquez got in a body shot, just missed with a long right hand. Marquez jabbing to the body, trying to create some action here, trying to scare up something that he can counter from Manny Pacquiao. Pacquiao's been very judicious, very selective, has landed when he wanted to.
Siya nga.
Marquez getting ready to take a couple more risks, or so it would appear. He has stepped forward about 6 inches, getting himself into tighter range with Pacquiao.
Pacquiao knows while he has a guy in front of him who's his own size or maybe even smaller, he's also his own skill level, and he hasn't faced that in a long time.
Body shot by Marquez, and then he landed an uppercut at the end of the exchange.
Marquez's leadership is still up here of Manny Pacquiao after 2 fights in 24 rounds. Very much a work on one restraint on
Marquez second round.
more than anything
Ten
else.
nine.
And you saw him there trying to counter over Manny's left hand with his right hand, something he did so successfully in the first fight between the two. Now Pacquiao lands a left hand, comes back to the body.
That's the quickness right there.
This is the thing I think is more troublesome than anything. It's intentional aside from his punching power. His rhythm, he's got that little jerky moving in and out type of it. As the fight goes on, it wears a guy out mentally just trying to keep up with his body rhythm.
Right hook by Pacquiao. Marquez came across with the right hand across the top.
I'm listening to him, whatever.
Start moving to the right, get that foot on the outside. Now you walk into his right hand.
Why don't he just shake his
Very nice. Lively when you're boxing.
Nah,
But you
kay
can't
Marquez ang
get
yung
rid of so
round
many
na
errors. You understand? The gloves. Clean out the gloves. Clean up the gloves.
Sientan los golpes, viene y regresa.
Set those punches down.
Second round, CompuBox numbers began to even up just a little bit. Pacquiao 9 out of 42. Marquez 8 out of 30. Marquez landing 6 out of 5. Pacquiao.
Okay.
Round 3 gets underway.
Yeah.
Thought Marquez won the round.
A far more tactical fight so far than was the case in either fight number 1 or fight number 2, or at least, according to my memory, it seems that way.
Kaya kay Pacquiao nung workout mo.
Harold Letterman gave the second round to Juan Manuel Marquez. Seesaw pattern, I win around, you win around, is another thing we saw in the first 2 fights. Left hand over the top for Pacquiao.
Okay, oh.
Mexico.
Oh.
Kind of a war of nerves in here in round 3.
Manny's speed just seemed to be a little bit faster than Marquez, and that puts him in addition to him looking physical. But his speed is just so much. Even though Marquez is good now, but still he's having a problem trying to deal with the speed. Manny's just coming in.
Marquez landed a right hand down the chute. Pacquiao came back with a left hand up the middle.
Manny Pacquiao knows he has to be defensively responsible against Marquez, who's such a good counterpuncher, and as a result, it's muted Pacquiao's offense. He's muted his own offense.
Boses hindi naririnig. Sige!
Pacquiao making Marquez miss, but not firing back.
Oh, he's being smart.
Marquez fighting the conservative defensive fight here in round 3. Another jab to the body. Trying to get Manny Pacquiao to bring that guard down just a tiny bit.
These have been so far 3 of the quietest rounds these two have fought.
Yes! Muntik na.
Small amount of combustion there.
Ay?
Marquez. Left hand over the top for Pacquiao. Marquez sticks a straight right hand. There's Pacquiao. Best punch of the fight so far. Marquez feels the need to answer. That's the
Eksakto yun. Naghihintay sa 6th round yan.
Don't just
I
stand
think
there.
that's
Yeah,
what
he's
they
getting
want.
the feel of how he's
Why, don't stand there. When he's throwing that left, don't
Okay.
stand there.
Ay, nagmamagana.
Pinky Pacquiao. Is he
Malaki na iganda ng ni Pinky, aba na. Wala namang
Bello beauty.
malaki na iganda,
You
aba.
can see the nerves underneath that countenance.
Wala pang galos.
May iba na ang mukha niya.
Hindi, wala pang galos, hindi pa pinapalas.
He goes through it.
Ang pangit kaya ng dati.
Copy box numbers in 3. They both landed 10 punches. Pacquiao 10 out of 3, 53. Marquez 10 out of 39. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
You know, Jim, I gotta tell you something. In 2 fights so far, Manny Pacquiao and both of them, both big controversies. And I'm starting to wonder whether that one-on-one Marquez style just impresses the judges enough to win a fight. He backs up, he does nothing flashy. You know what he does is very unusual. Judges like myself tend to go for the effective aggression. I gave rounds 1 and 3 to Manny Pacquiao because of the fact that he's the effective aggressor. He's good at doing it. 29-28, 2 rounds to 1, Pacquiao.
Same kind of action we saw in the first 2 fights. I hit you, you come and try to hit me back. One of the reasons that we have seen flowing, sustained action from them in their first 2 fights.
I think Pacquiao just convinced himself a little bit that he can impose his speed on Marquez.
That's what I'm seeing, a lot of speed. I mean, Marquez just looks so much slower than he does. And this is maybe the fastest I've saw Manny myself. And he's keeping good balance on. I've seen him punch a lot, get out of position, but he's very, very conscientious of getting out of balance in this fight. So he's punching to get back in position right away.
Reaching left hook for Marquez. Made contact, put out solidly. Best punches of the fight have been a couple of Pacquiao left hands in the first round and a Pacquiao right hook in the third. Now Pacquiao begins to land solidly with a left and a right upstairs. Another left hand. Slight swelling above Juan Manuel Marquez's right eye, possibly from the Pacquiao left. Marquez goes to the body with his right. I was about to say a little while ago, one of the reasons that we often see free-flowing action from him, that Pacquiao's by nature an attacker, but he's also a great counterpuncher. Marquez is by nature a counterpuncher, but he's also a great attacker. Everything that happens generally gets answered and then answered back.
What happened to your face, man?
Marquez must be careful when reaching for those low body shots that Pacquiao doesn't time him and counter upstairs.
He's mad
Manny begins to exploit those angles. He can sign you on one side. You see this?
Shooter's not paying a lot of time with the full knockout power. The shooter's almost like a fast jab just to change up his attack, and therefore Marquez can't really time the left hand as much as he did before.
And you see the challenge for the 38-year-old Juan Manuel Marquez. What he's accustomed to, trying to keep up with the speed of Pacquiao, who's far more accustomed to this weight. Good luck. Marquez lands it. Here we go. Here we go.
Oh, he's pissed.
Kay Pacquiao yung laban niya. Kaya mas marami na ilan kay Pacquiao.
Hard punching.
As those were saying, you gotta move that head. He's coming back.
You're gonna win, Juan. Let him despair. And then be focused. Jab. You hit the right move. Right to the body.
here you see what Marquez and Pacquiao both was concerned about, getting counterpunched. Anytime either one of them throw a punch and leave himself out of balance, boom. Beautiful right hand come back by Marquez right here.
Good right hand shot.
Guys, natamaan niya kung bakit.
15 out of 47, Marquez 12 out of 43. Pacquiao with a slight edge in power shots. On Harold Letterman's card, Manny Pacquiao goes to 3 rounds to 1. Punch was blocked by Pacquiao, as were the 2 preceding. Pacquiao, a far more responsible defensive fighter than was the case 8 years ago.
Yep.
Box numbers between rounds showed you that this fight is taking place at a slower pace than the second of their fights. Uppercut from Marquez. Pacquiao seemed momentarily not to be playing it up attention. Marquez landing easily from outside then. Now Pacquiao comes back, answering, firing his double jab left hand combination. Still the preferred combination for the Filipino star. Right hand over the top of Marquez.
But this is what makes the type of fight that these guys are doing. One guy gets hit, the other guy automatically flies back right away.
Pacquiao then hook and a left hand. Marquez comes back with a solid left up the middle. Pacquiao again wants to answer back. 20 seconds to go in the round.
Most dominant round of the fight so far. By Marquez.
And he is loosening up and gathering confidence and starting to fire. But his right eye is also beginning to swell.
Ayan na, naibababa na kamay. Magsisimula na ito.
Ay, ano?
He fights in the 6th round.
Nakababa na kamay
Mag-rip ka. Tinabangan mo si Pacquiao.
Pinaplansya na eh.
Bring your defense up.
Pinaplansya na.
You won that round.
Wala pang kwan.
Ano daw? Pang-mess na.
Accuracy, which is the best punch of the fight right here. Straight right hand, right on the It is straight between the gloves, right down the bottom.
Boom!
Pasukan siya.
Manny Pacquiao's chin tested there by Juan Manuel Marquez. Remember the pattern of the first 2 fights? Marquez lands more power shots through 5 rounds here. Pacquiao 30 of 83 on power shots. Marquez 33 out of 91. The pattern begins to emerge again.
Pacquiao looked up.
Ayan, nakababa na kami.
Bell for this round, as if to say, looking to the heavens. Here we go again with this guy.
5 rounds have gone by pretty quickly. Here's the 6th of a scheduled 12. Marquez was buoyed by winning the last round. His corner spirits were lifted. Good jab by Marquez. Sneaking it in across the top of Pacquiao's right hand. chance. The ground's about 50-50.
But by nature, the Mexican fans are louder and more boisterous than the Filipino fans.
Let's go. Let's go.
Marquez blocking Pacquiao's left there. Body shot by Marquez. Drives Pacquiao back.
Again?
Pacquiao lands a little left inside, steps away at an angle.
Marquez looked like a 9-1 underdog to you guys.
Not even close. Those odds were absurd. Pacquiao's been so mesmerizing, and some of his fans and followers have become irrational in terms of judging his quality compared to the guys. Good right hand by Marquez, countering off the ropes.
Don't make it open. No! Don't make it open. No! You hit me, try to come hit me again.
We're close to having full combustion here. Hold the bars going.
Kaya mo ha.
Let's see how high the fire goes. Followed by another.
Oh! Damn. Huwag mo patukan. Huwag mo patukan.
Picking up where we left off in the last two fights now.
Absolutely right. These last two rounds have been round 13 and 14 of the second fight.
Both guys tried to see if they could do better than the first two fights, if they could outclass the other guy, and it seems like they've decided there's no way around this. We got to duke it out.
Absolutely. Two fighters who know each other very well. The inherent beauty of this trilogy.
Ay, nako, patay.
Marquez driving Pacquiao back for the body shot as the round comes to a close. Close round. Both fighters have their moments.
Wala lang sugat ha. Nakuha mo na yung sugat. Kasi, pag dito ka, kasunod ka sa kanya, dito siya lagi ng kanan. Pero kung ikaw nauna dito sa kanan, mas lamang ka. Ilawag ka daw.
Tuwa mo ng sukat, Brad. Brad. Tuwa mo ng sukat. Ayos ka na, Brad.
Careful, he's got power, but you're boxing very well. Close your eyes.
Here we see, similar to the last two fights, where Manny shoots shots, get out of position.
Damn, pangit ng buwa ba?
Boom, here comes Marquez right back, taking advantage.
Oh, one more.
Happy box numbers showed that Pacquiao was more active in the round, throwing 46 punches and landing 15 of them. Marquez only threw 28 as he slowed out before the fight. Pacquiao threw 6.
I've got 4 rounds to 2, 58, 56 for Manny Pacquiao. I thought one man, one Marquez won, definitely won round 5, certainly won round 2 in my estimation. But other than that, it's the effective aggressiveness and the hard left hand of Manny Pacquiao. I like when he fights it, I like when he throws a punch and he steps to the side. That's impressive because it's ring generalship. 4 rounds to 2, Pacquiao.
I could certainly see that. To tell you the truth, I don't think anyone won that first round. Nothing much happened.
But the Nevada State Athletic Commission and most ring authorities now vigorously working around. Here's a perfect right hand shot by Marquez. Pacquiao getting his chin checked once again.
Not that it was necessarily even, but it may not have been to Pacquiao either.
Well, the difficulty of scoring fights between the two of them is bespoken by the divergent scores of both of the first two fights. One judge in the first fight, 115-10 for Marquez, another 115-10 for Pacquiao. In the second fight, the same thing happened with scores of 115-112.
You know, I don't know what the punch output has been in the first two fights, but these guys are fighting much more respectful. A lot more careful this fight than in the first two fights. So the punch output is, I think, down, but they're punching more for accuracy now. Each guy's trying to make sure he doesn't make a mistake and leave himself on to get counter punch.
Bibigyan nila kay Marquez ng round nila.
shot by Marquez. Those punches score. Good left upstairs by Pacquiao. And a double right that knocks Marquez back. Marquez makes another stand in the center of the ring. There's that left-hand body shot again. You wonder when Pacquiao's going to be able to come on the top half with the right. There's a right hand upstairs by Marquez. And again, his timing on that right hand is extraordinary.
Yeah, he's really patient. Even though Manny O'Malley went, I mean, the hospital that to the crowd, the most important thing to me is to see how effective Marquez is being able to just lead well-placed shots.
There was an amazing piece of footwork by Pacquiao, who moved to 3 or 4 different places while Marquez was standing still. There's another amazing piece of footwork as he lands a shot and goes by Marquez to a place where
Marquez has taken his time to place his punches.
There's the uppercut. Brilliantly thrown by Marquez. Again, both men had their moments.
Walang labi, nagputok yata labi.
He's desperate now. He's desperate now. He jumps.
Take a look at Manny Pacquiao's foot movement after he lands a punch. This is what I was talking about at the end of the last round. He lands a left and a right. Now watch him run away at an angle where Marquez can't possibly throw a shot. He did it 3 straight times at the end of the round.
That's the thing that's underappreciated about Marquez. And that is his footwork.
Well, that Marquez waited until he stopped moving and nailed him with an uppercut.
I had a great pro football player as a guest at Pacquiao versus Cotto. Charles Tillman, who plays cornerback for the Chicago Bears, seeing his first live prize fight. I asked him, I said, what impresses you about Pacquiao? He said, easily, the footwork. I've never seen an athlete in any other sport who could get to so many places so fast.
Meanwhile, we're dealing with another drawish fight so far.
Our shots in 7. Pacquiao landed 16 out of 31. Marquez 11 out of 21. You saw between rounds that Manny Pacquiao is bleeding from the mouth. Bleeding from a cut apparently inside his lower lip. There's an oddly shaped right hand shot by Pacquiao that landed. There's Marquez coming back with his conventional straight right cross over the top.
Every time the man throws a punch, Marquez comes right back with a counter punch.
Realize no one has competed with Pacquiao since the last time Marquez fought him. He has just smoked everyone he's faced.
In order to compete with him, you must have great craft, you must have pretty good footwork, and you got to have some speed. Marquez can't match Pacquiao for footwork or speed. He can match him for craft, for sure.
But it takes his time. He's always in good balance position, and he takes advantage of Manny winning and he's over anxious to get out of position. So he doesn't try to match him in his own area. He just takes his time and places his punches very effective. Just like
and the right hand upstairs. Pacquiao needs to answer back. Tries to fire a right hook. Marquez counters with a left.
Pacquiao hasn't fought another great fighter who still had it since the last time he was in with Marquez, and obviously the great Marquez still has it.
At 38 years old and fighting at a weight which many felt would severely debilitate him in the fight, Juan Manuel Marquez is giving as good as he's getting from round to round and staying right there with Manny Pacquiao once again.
And Marquez comes right back with a shot every time after that.
More and more, though, Pacquiao is ensuring himself by running to a side at an angle after he lands the left. Right hand by Marquez again. He times Pacquiao perfectly with that shot.
Most memorable punches in this fight that have landed so far have been Marquez shots.
Yes. Manny creates a lot of excitement just his body rhythm, so I can easily see, in addition to his punches that like judges get influenced by, because he's always moving, creating excitement.
You suck. Which landed impression on the judges.
¿Qué hacer? Conseguir.